wants the 100. He wants the 100 Amazon reviews, and Mr. West will come to National Harbor, where there's a convention that I'll be attending, and
Mhm.
he's going to do. We mostly do a meet and greet with some of the bigger reps in the company,
Yeah.
and so we're doing that the night before, which is August 10th, I believe. We've already got that planned up, and he bought his plane ticket, so
So now we just have to get. So how many reviews are you guys at?
I believe it's 62, but the thing is, we only really started going crazy. He only told me this was a deal a couple days ago. Hey, Teresa. And so anybody that would have submitted a review, we wouldn't see yet because they take like 2 days to turn them around at Amazon. It's not instantaneous. So I think we're
Oh
at
yeah.
62. But so we got a little bit to go, but we got a few days because it's, I think, 50 something days, if that, August 10th. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not that
No,
far.
today's the 6th.
Oh,
Like
that's like 30
34.
days. Yeah. So anyway,
34-ish.
we gotta work hard, people, because Peg Duchesne's gonna be my roommate there. She's coming to see me. Um,
Nice.
June's on. Hey, June. And Scott's on. Yeah. Oh, Scott says 63, so we gained one today.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
62. That's awesome. And
Very good.
one of my best buddies, Molly Stone Bibb, who is she's got a big Facebook group for Avon representatives, 16,000 people, and she put it in there because we all want to meet the man now. Everyone wants to meet
Right?
the man. Yeah, and
Peg wants to be 69. Oh, Peg, we need to reschedule our conversation, ma'am. Um, Especially with that comment. Let's get her done. Oh my gosh.
I've only seen him once. I've only seen Jeff one time. Did you know
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I know that.
It was
Yeah.
funny. So when I met him, I don't know if you know this part, we went to breakfast.
Okay.
And I had a big thing about, I don't know, trying to impress him because he's like running the state of Texas for Aflac. He's a big deal. When Bob Berg's group, Bob calls him, one of the sales legends. He was in his legend show and everything. So then when he's working with me, I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy, I'm trying to, I try to hold my own at least. And
Right.
so then I see him in person and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I could make him laugh or something. I don't know. So I told, I told one of my bits that I do when I'm speaking or something, and he laughed so hard. He would fall back in his chair and he has this great, great, great laugh. And sadly, in my head, I think, I don't care what I got to say. I want to hear that again. So, so then I proceeded to overshare. I told him stuff he did not want to know. Some of it was funny, some of it wasn't. But I was trotting it all out because I'm thinking I want to hear that laugh again. So it was funny, but we spent a couple hours, I think, doing that. That was funny.
Oh my gosh.
So
Well,
but
I
that's
just
all. Oh, the dog. Jeff is a legend. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm definitely enjoying my conversations with him for sure. I mean, you guys being on the podcast, and then of course when he was kind enough to also come support you on the summit, he cracks me
He's
up and
way
he's brilliant.
Well, and he's way more, I think we have different strengths. He's way more organized and he's a planner, man. Everything's planned out. It wouldn't surprise me if this road trip he's on, he's got it all planned where he's going, when he's going, and stuff like that. Where I'm probably his opposite on that, right? I'd be like, hey, we're going to Alabama. Let's start driving.
Right.
On some stuff we're opposite, but that's worked out good with the book.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
what's funny? You may know some of this stuff. Sorry if you do, but
That's okay.
when
Bring it.
he asked me, when he asked me to do the book with him, we didn't talk about who was going to do what. And sadly, I sat there. I thought he knew something about me. And within the little Avon bubble, right, my little world,
Yeah.
I'm known for marketing because, the van and having it all on my stuff and all that stuff. And that's what I taught when I went around speaking was marketing. So I thought, I know. I'm doing the live show. Um, uh, I said to myself, I don't know if it was to make myself feel better or what, but I said to myself, you know what? Jeff wanted someone he knew could carry the marketing on this project. That's why he said, I'm calling Lisa Wilber. And in reality, he didn't know. He didn't know any of it. No, and I didn't find that out for months. Of course not.
Of
No,
course.
no. He's and when I said he was like, "Oh, I'm so surprised you are getting this done or whatever," and I'm like, "Well, what did you think?" I thought when we were talking ahead, I said, I realize I'm up next because I wanted to make sure he knew I was preparing the plan, the marketing plan. But all I said was, I realize I'm up next. I didn't go into it. You know why I didn't go into it? Because I'm not a coachable person, and I was afraid if he didn't like the plan, he'd try to change the plan. So usually I don't share the plan. That way he can't
Well,
try to change the plan.
you are an ask for forgiveness, permission
Not a
kind of
rule.
girl.
It's not a rule. Well, some of it you got to admit's a little hard, like the wristband thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never seen that work, it does sound a little odd to do a book launch with a wristband,
Right.
but I've done it before is why I knew that would be an effective thing. Where he hasn't seen it done before, I was afraid if I told him about it, he might try to nix it. And I was like, I for sure can make sure he doesn't nix it by buying the wristbands, and I'll send him one. Then I'll tell him. Like, which is what I did. But it was just funny that I thought he knew. He said, no, when we were talking on the Zooms, I had funny stories that I shared, and that's what he thought would make a good story for the book. He didn't know anything about so
Oh my gosh.
the things we convince ourselves of.
Right. The stories we tell ourselves is a thing for sure. Absolutely for sure.
Oh,
So,
go ahead.
well, I was going to say, so jumping back to the reviews and the Amazon reviews, and I'm really curious if there's anybody who's watching you now who hasn't left their Amazon review yet, because I was a good girl and I left my Amazon review
Oh, thank
months
you.
ago.
Yeah. Well, and everybody, if you're thinking about helping us out with this, you don't have to. You could even write one sentence. It's not
Yeah.
like a requirement of how many sentences. You could write, "This book was great," or whatever you felt in your heart to share. You don't have to write a big long thing, even though some people do.
Okay.
It helps just to leave a review of any kind.
Right.
So if you it's hard.
Can we take this and can I do a teeny little training thing for everybody about this? Okay.
Please.
So I'm going to teach how to give a testimonial so that way when you guys are ready to get a testimonial from somebody, you can get a good testimonial to share about your product
Nice.
or service, whatever that may be. So, first thing you want to know from the person or when you're giving a testimonial is, where were you when, like, in your business or wherever, when you encountered the product or service? So in this case, the book,
Mhm.
right? So I was looking for some great podcast guests and I got introduced to Lisa and Jeff, right? They sent me the book. I read the book and then I bought the audiobook version because I wanted to hear them do it. So that's where I was. What did you get from it? What did the product or service do for you? So what did you get from the book? What was your biggest light bulb moment? What was your biggest aha, without giving away all the 7 rules? Because we want people to actually read it. But the rule that meant the most to me was, or the one that like hit me right straight in the middle of the eyes or whatever. You share the good thing. And then I would highly recommend this for anyone who, and then fill in the blank.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Easy testimonial template, because part of the reason people don't leave reviews or testimonials is they don't know what to say.
Oh. No, that
So
makes
if
sense
you
though,
can,
because I don't think I've left many in my lifetime.
yeah. So all you have to do is just say, here's where I was. So I was trying to build my direct sales business. I was trying to build my network marketing business.
Mhm.
And I came across this book. I came across this author. I read the book. Here's what I got from it. I highly recommend that people who are also building a network marketing business read this book, right? So then now to turn this around. So when somebody, and here's the trigger. So anytime I have a coaching client who is gushing over their experience with me, like we're in a coaching session or at the end of a coaching session and they're like, oh my gosh, this was the greatest, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's my trigger. Testimonial time. Get a testimonial or ask them to go do one. So I've actually had 2 of those experiences in the last week. So anybody who's friends with me on Facebook can go see. Actually, you don't even have to be my friend because I made them public. I shared the testimonials that 2 of my clients have left for me this week. Because I asked them, would you go put this on Facebook? So one of them did a live and one of them did a picture with text.
Oh,
And I was like,
nice.
thank you guys so much. And I trained them what to say.
Now
Right?
that makes more. And what am I wasn't thinking about, I always try to go back in my life when I've done something before and see if it will work in this. And I've actually kept, since I was 16, letters of recommendation in case I wanted to get a job. I've still got them. So it would be the same. I know this is kind of corny. Even all
No,
my
I love
teachers,
it.
all my teachers, I got letters of recommendation. But what's the irony, of course, is that I haven't worked for anybody but myself for like 30 years. That's the irony. But I have the letters just in case. But
here's the thing. Your boss reads them every once in a while to remember why she
yeah,
continues
she
to hire you and keep you around, right?
yeah, she does, doesn't she? Oh, yeah, this could have gone so wrong with the whole job thing. Oh, I was not. Yeah, I've quit a couple jobs. I actually told the boss. Well, yeah, we probably shouldn't say. I was trying to do direct sales full time. Everybody probably has one of these stories that's full time.
Yeah.
And I went for full time, and of course, I wasn't making enough money quick enough, and I didn't have a cushion enough. And about 3 months in, I broke down and got a job at a bank as a teller. And at that time, this was 1989 or something, and they required you wear 2-inch heels and stand the entire day. Now, I'm not an engineer, but all of this on 2-inch heels, no, it's not happening. So then they and I said that. I said, "Are you kidding me? Do the math." And they
Right.
said, "Well, we'll put you as somebody's secretary. You can skip the teller thing." They usually make everybody start as a teller, but I'd been somebody's executive secretary, so they said, "Okay, just go there." But then that guy yelled at me repeatedly every day, and it wasn't even 2 weeks in. I said, I'm not sure who the hell you think you are or who the hell you think I am. but you don't talk to me like that because I'm not going to take it. Bye. And he offered to raise my pay, and I'm like, it's not about the pay. You can't treat another human being like you're treating me. And he said, there'll be 12 girls right on after you. Well, good for them because it won't be me.
Yeah.
And I
Oh
thought,
my
I don't
God.
care if I have to sleep in my car. I am not.
Yeah. You
I
can't
just,
pay me enough to be treated like that.
no.
Mm-mm.
And there's no
No.
need of it. There was no
No.
need of it. It's not like I was crazy
Messing
doing
up.
weird stuff
Yeah.
or something. He just wanted something, and instead of just telling me what he wanted, he would yell at me. It's like, what the hell? In front of other people, too. So anyway,
Oh.
yeah, I'm glad those days are over. But actually, he did me a very big service because he's one of the many reasons I make sure that I don't work for someone else, that I make sure to stay after this every single day so that I don't have to apply and work for someone else because I know it won't work out. Be like, oh no.
Perpetually unemployable. That's what I say about
Well,
myself all the time. And I'm like, and I think that's part of why I ended up going with the purple hair. Because I was like, you know what? My boss loves purple. She's going to think it's great if I go purple. And then I started doing tattoo. Oh, wait, see, where's this thing?
oh,
So
and I
doing
want to get
tattoos
one. I wish I
that
had
are
both of
visible.
you so you go with me because I want to get one about the book. I want to get a
Oh,
blue heart with some scalloping or whatever. The kid's going to design it for me.
Uh-huh.
about the book, and I want it right on my arm so everybody will have to see it. The
Exactly. Well,
blue heart is what I
oh,
want.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? I've gotta say, so I've got 3 tattoos. I've got one on my belly, one on my back, and then the one on my arm. And the one on my arm was the easiest one.
Oh,
So,
good. That's
yeah,
good.
it
I'm not
was
necessarily into pain. Well, not tattoo pain. Let's put it
Right.
that way.
Well, here's the thing. So I got it on the softer part of the arm.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's on the inside. I know it's hard to tell on the video here, but it's
Yeah.
on the inside of my arm. So I have to, if I'm showing it to somebody in person, I have my arm straight out like
Yeah.
that. So it's not on the back side here. This is rougher, tougher skin.
Oh, okay.
So which would mean it's probably actually going to be a little more painful on this side because it's rougher and tougher skin. This is softer, so
Okay.
the needle went in pretty well.
Oh.
And it was actually really fascinating to watch him tattoo me. Like I can't watch blood get drawn on me, but I can watch someone tattoo me, which causes bleeding.
Don King, who's in the Go Givers Alliance. Thank you,
Oh,
Don.
yeah.
He said better, I should probably have
Get
the
your
medal
medallion.
tattooed.
Get
Yeah,
your medals.
because I've got the Axiom one, which they got the memo because the sash thing is blue. And then I've got the new one, which is the National Independent one, but they didn't get the memo. The sash thing's black, but it's okay.
That's their branding, not yours. They were not paying attention to John Ruland's giftology book, which is you do better if you brand to the person that you're gifting.
Instead of yourself, right? But yeah, see, oh, that was wrong. Yeah, that was wrong.
Don't look, Jeff. Cover your eyes.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
watch
we
that
want to
one.
keep Jeff's virtue intact. Right?
Yes, we need to protect his honor and reputation, if I remember correctly, from the Facebook post earlier today.
You know what? You should come down to DC too when he's going to be there.
August 10th. I'll have to see. That's really close to my child's birthday, but let me see what I can swing.
How far away from there are you?
I'm in St. Louis, so it's definitely a flight.
The only thing is, I don't know about you, but the flight from here was actually pretty cheap to come down there.
Well, St. Louis, the Southwest hub, or St. Louis is one of the Southwest hubs, so it's usually not too bad to get.
And I think I'm going into BWI, which is a Southwest thing too.
Yeah,
Lori Wells says, "There goes the blushometer." Yeah. Yeah,
we don't even have to see Jeff. We already know he's bright red, giggling.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to. I will have to look into things to see if that is
because that would be awesome. Well, it'll give you a chance to meet people that have not discovered you yet. I think that's the trick, is if we all help each other discover the other's crowds, that's helpful.
I agree. No, I agree. And I'm all about that kind of stuff, which is why I love having, authors on my show, because especially after I read your book, I was like, oh yeah, everyone needs to do this, because this is and I think I said this in my Audible, this is the book I would have written if she didn't beat me to it. Because some of the things you talk about are some of the things that I literally work on with my clients. Like,
it's funny, that whole experience working with Jeff was awesome. But so he would write one and send it to me, but we talked and talked and talked, and then he'd write it and send it to me. But for some reason, I wasn't expecting it to have so much of me, because I knew it was going to be a fable. I knew it wasn't going to be like a biography or something.
Right.
But it almost is. And it feels like I had a book written about me. That's what it feels like, even though I'm not Belle. It feels like I did it. It's pretty awesome.
Well, and it's so interesting, because even before I listened to the audiobook to know what you really sounded like, because I started reading it before I ever talked to you guys online. I wasn't part of the Blue Hair Brigade yet, so I didn't know what you sounded like, right? But I could almost hear your voice.
Oh,
As she was talking. Yeah, as she was talking. And then when I heard you in the audiobook, because I started listening to the audiobook before I interviewed you guys, and I was like, that's really close to what I had in my head. Like,
Oh.
so, okay, don't anybody go tell people I hear voices.
The only
When
thing
I
is
hear voices.
I do like the fact that he made Belle, like, a little bit younger and more yeah. So it's like the Snapchat version of Lisa. I do like that, yeah. I appreciate that, let's put it that way. I appreciate him spiffing me up a little bit because yeah. Not
I
that I
think it would have
needed it,
worked
but
either way. I think it would have worked either way, though, honestly.
Oh, so now for the sequel, I keep trying to tell him we're gonna do the, Awakening of Belle. He's so far he's not going for it though.
Jeff won't write that. Jeff won't write that. I'm telling you right now. He'll giggle about it behind the scenes, but he's not gonna write that one. Not based on some of what we talked about
right,
before we went live.
Right. Well, yeah, well, oh, don't worry. A lot of people listening have known me for many, many years, and most of them have noticed the difference. Well, because you know what? One of the thing is, I was a non-hugger, don't touch me. I was a
Wow.
not interact at all. Now, leg, bring it on in. Come on over. Oh, perfect. You know what? One of the big guys in Avon I saw in January, I think it was. Yeah, Tim Brown.
Okay.
Great guy. I happen to think he's gorgeous. Unfortunately, he's married. But anyway, I do still want my hug. And so I decided in January I was going to try for a second one. And it ended up I got like 13 because what I did was I pretended I hadn't seen him yet. Like I was losing my mind. So every time I saw him, oh, Tim, I can't believe I haven't seen you. Bring it on in. And he was counting them for a while there. I think we got to the 13. No, yeah, Scott Easterday said what I was doing before is the man hug. You come on, slap, and away you go. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't really actually hug. And now it's like, now it's yeah.
Do you do the Disney princess hug?
Oh no, what is that? I thought it was the Mary Cake hug when you go.
No, the Disney princess hug and Disney princesses, and anybody who's heard of this before, like get in the chat and like back me up on this. Disney princesses, when they are trained to be a Disney princess at Disney World, Disneyland, are trained that when a child hugs you, you don't let go until they do.
Oh, that would come in handy a few times I can think of. Oh, I can think of
and Jeff just hit 12 on the blush-o-meter of 10.
Oh, I could do that to Jeff. Oh, poor Jeff, really.
You don't let go until they do. No, here's what's really funny is when this has happened to me I learned about this pre-COVID. And since I learned about the Disney Princess hug, I think it's happened to me 4 or 5 times with people who I didn't know also knew about the Disney Princess hug.
Oh, yeah.
And we're sitting there holding on to each other in a hug. And these are generally people.
But what if you both don't ever let go? Then that's
so
wrong.
Then what happens all of a sudden? I go, are you doing the Disney Princess hug? And they're like, are you doing the Disney Princess hug? Yeah, I'm doing the Disney Princess hug. Okay, let's count down. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Disengage. Okay. Hey, I want to know your favorite Disney princess because I have one.
Okay, so I have 2. I have the one that was my Disney princess favorite for like all my life, and then the one that became a Disney princess and later in life.
Okay.
So I've always loved Princess Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, because
okay.
I love sleeping. I wish I could.
Not what I thought you were going to say.
I wish I could sleep for 100 years. That'd be great.
I love being in bed, but not necessarily sleeping. Does that count?
Let's just say I've given my boyfriend permission to wake me up with a kiss. I'm just saying I'm allowed to be woken up with a kiss, okay? Because I like Princess Aurora. So my
Yes.
other favorite Disney princess then is Princess Leia. Because Star Wars is owned by Disney now, so
Oh,
technically
that's
she's a
not what I
Disney
expected you to
princess.
say either.
Total nerd.
Yeah, that is not. Yeah, so I want you to guess who my favorite princess is. She's one of the newer princesses. She's not the classic princess. Shockingly, right?
I'm of the newer ones, I would go either between Tiana or oh god, why can't I remember her name?
She's not one
Tangled.
of the popular ones. No, not Tangled.
Oh,
She's
no.
not one of the more popular ones. She's a matter of fact, they don't come out with that much stuff with her. I think I've got everything they do have.
Oh, no, then I don't know which one.
Merida from Brave. And you
I
know
do love
why?
her.
Because she saved herself.
Yes.
A prince was optional. She liked princes, but they're optional. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I like that. I like that. She shot
Agreed.
for her own hand. Yeah, I'm shooting for my own hand. Yeah, see,
Yes.
that was my favorite. Right off when we saw the movie, I was like, wow, that is a princess. That's a kick-ass princess right there. That's what I want to be.
She's absolutely in my top 5. Absolutely. Like, because hello, look at all this curly hair. Like,
Right. There you go.
like when they first showed her with all the crazy curl, like you can literally see this is, I don't curl my hair. This is natural. This is what shows up. And it is humid in St. Louis in the summer. And so it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger throughout the day. So as my hair, like in the morning in the shower, it's like down here. And then by the end of the day, I've got Merida hair. So I feel her.
I didn't tell you. So one of my, I call them, I audition. I just don't have a lot of callbacks. So one of my auditioning dishes, he actually said, that'll look great when you change your hair to brown. And unfortunately, I went, oh, what a shame. You're not going to get to see it if I ever decide to do that. Yeah. That's been my thing, though. I bet you've run into that. When I was at Sugar and Spice, I was 40 something when my kid was going to preschool because
Yeah.
I adopted him when I was 42. So I was late 40s by then already. And I couldn't relate to the younger moms that well because, like, one of the young moms, not only did she not work, but she constantly complained about her husband. And she'd say, he won't let me have my hair, whatever she wanted color. And I thought, why is that even a topic of discussion? You know what I mean? And then I kind of like love hated her because she had nothing to do. So she would bring like hand cut cookies with each kid's name written on it and icing. And you know what I'm bringing? A
Oreos.
Kego goldfish that I sent my mother to Sam's Club for because I didn't even have time to go get them.
Right.
That's what I'm sending. And then the little complaining girl brings hand cut cookies, and it just made my teeth ache. But anyway, I just thought, oh, she was complaining about the hair color thing, and I thought, there at no point in my lifetime have I let a man decide my hair color. That doesn't make sense to me. But I suppose if you're not paying your own bills, that could happen.
One would think. Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting to me because with my purple hair, I've always gotten compliments on my hair. I will 100% receive compliments on my hair because it is fantastic. And I've gotten some really interesting compliments since I went purple because people are like, you know what? It actually looks natural on you. I'm like, I think that's a good thing. I'm gonna take that as a good thing. Like
Janet's on watching from Ireland. Hey, Janet.
Hey. Oh, wow. It's late for her then.
Scott's brought up again, bulletin, not a survey. He wants me to tell you this. So because he said it one other time. So I'll tell you this. It's a short story. So back when I was in the trailer park and we're doing stuff, decorating the car, lettering the car with the company name and the number and stuff was something I've done way even when I had a Yugo and stuff. And I got that idea from an oil truck delivering oil in the trailer park. I went out and touched it. I'm like, oh, it's just stickers. It's stickers. I can put stickers on my car. So I was doing it early on, but then I finally got money enough that I got to the top of the pay plan with Avon and I got a car allowance. So I went and I think it was the second car I got was a Hyundai, a brand new one. And by the way, that was the last car that they made me have a co-signer. I wouldn't allow it after that. I was the only one making money in that house and they made him sign for that car. I never allowed that to happen again. That made me crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I went and I got that car and I was planning out what I was going to put on it. And my then husband said to me, I really wish you wouldn't letter the car. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. When I said I'm lettering the car, that was actually a bulletin, not a survey. Of course, it's a big shock that I'm single, right?
You know what though? The nice thing is that you will attract in the person who is going to be cool with that because I managed to find one.
The persons. It takes a village, I've decided. Why not?
Hey, polyamory is also a thing.
Oh, right. I didn't know. Most guys think that when they say that, they mean them. They don't necessarily mean both of you. I think that's hilarious.
Well, people of a certain age, for sure. Yes. Interestingly enough, I think the younger generation is much more understanding of, that this is a two-way street. And
Judy Morgan's on. Judy is send out cards. I'm big into send out cards too. I love that. And I should be saying that about Avon. I do love Avon and I've been in there for many, but once send out cards came out, I was so in love with sending cards. I still am. I send out 25 a day at least. And
wow.
I've sent out 83 or 44,000 cards in the last 14 years. So to say that's my passion project, that's not understating it.
Aww.
And I saw Judy when I was out in Salt Lake, I believe. She's one of my new buddies. I was lucky enough to be on Cody Bateman's show where he
YouTube show. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I watched that one too because
that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
I gave the thumbs up and gave the view so that way you would hit that 1,000 that you were going for.
You.
Hey, if you give me something like specific to do for your business, I'm generally going to do it if it's easy. And I'm like, oh, I can watch a YouTube while I'm doing my makeup.
Oh, we should all talk about that because I know it's over time now, but I think we could do that with customers too. As a small business owner or direct salesperson, when we should be getting referrals from our customers, we should be getting product recommendations. Like I'm going and getting the Amazon reviews. We can get product reviews from our customers and post them on social as content. Yay. So it's not this stuff we're talking about doesn't just pertain to like a book. It can pertain to anything.
Right. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things that I regularly ask for because I'm a member of BNI to help build my business and get me referrals. And one of the things I ask BNI members to do for me, I'm like, hey, if you don't know anyone in direct sales and you're like, I don't know how to refer you, here's something you can do for me. Go listen to my podcast and get on iPhone and review my podcast on Apple Podcasts. It's a simple thing to do that somebody can do if they're like, oh, I don't know anyone in direct sales. Okay, cool. Are you willing to listen to my podcast and give me a review? Because that would help too. Because what people tell me is that, and this is true for your book too, people read reviews.
Yeah.
They want to know, is this worth their time and effort? Even though a podcast is free, they want to know, is this worth their time and effort to listen to and to subscribe to and listen to every single week? So when people get on there and go, oh my gosh, I'm a realtor and I'm learning things from this, or I'm with this other non-direct sales company, whatever. Like, I've got reviews from all kinds of people all over the world on my podcast who aren't just in direct sales, because guess what? Business is business is business. I don't care how you get paid. We all
Absolutely.
need new customers. We all need to retain the customers we have, and we all want to grow our business. And for us in direct sales, that just means we're growing our business by recruiting. People who are in traditional business do that by hiring. Same thing,
Yeah.
different pay scale, different compensation plan. That's all that's different. Business is business is business. So what works in direct sales is going to work in traditional.
And that's why you're so smart to do like BNI and other networking groups that were in, like the Go Giver thing for me, because to me, that's where I've been getting all the ideas. And it's funny because in direct sales, they act like I'm some big person that knows something just because, like, I wrapped my van. I didn't make that up. You know what I mean? I saw a Coca-Cola one. That's how I came up with it. Is I saw a regular business doing it, and almost everything that I've gotten credit for being like so smart about, I saw another company do it. I just transformed it to a direct sales idea. That's all I did. I didn't come up with anything originally. I'm just a really good pirate. When I swear like one too.
Speaking of that, okay, because I know we generally only do this for 30 minutes, but can we do this for everybody?
Yes,
Okay.
please. That is so awesome.
So for those of you who can't read this is my little bag of sweary affirmations. This was a gift for me that somebody sent to me that I didn't even know this existed.
I gotta send a set to Jeff.
There we go. He needs this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull one of these, and you guys feel free, if this fits you and you're like, I need this in my life, feel free to count this as your affirmation. If you hear it and you go, it wasn't meant for you. The universe didn't want you to hear it. It was for someone else who's listening. I'm just saying. So I'm just going to pull
I hope it has the F word in it. That's my favorite.
I think most of them do, but we'll find out. I'm not looking. I'm totally just grabbing at random.
Oh, Jeff will lose his mind.
Okay, it doesn't have the F word, but it's a good one. And I think most people on here will be cool with it. Put on your favorite song and dance your ass off.
Oh, I love that. That's good.
So that's your affirmation. That's your positive thing to do today.
Oh, that is awesome.
Or this week or something. I just randomly pulled. We'll see. But the my little bag of sweary affirmations, there's about 10 or 15 of them in here, and I haven't even looked at them all because I just pull them at random, and sometimes I pull the same one because apparently I need to hear it that day.
I'm pretty sure Tracy Tolentino in my downline sent me that, because she sent me a coffee mug that said something like, I would shank a bitch for you. Right. She's cool like that. So
my bestie,
sure she sent me that.
My bestie and I saw a mug on Amazon, and I immediately ordered 2 of them, one for her, one for me. And it says, I'm gonna totally mess it up. It's I do not. I'll find a picture and I'll put it in the Blue Hair Brigade for you guys, because I don't want to mess it up, because it's hilarious. It's so good. It's kind of bad because my kids are 10 and 14, so I don't drink from it on the weeks when I have them. So it hangs in the back of the.
Mine's 18 now. It's a free for all. It's really a free for all. And now he's all upset because he doesn't swear, because I've not allowed it all this time, or really discouraged it. And now it's like, well, hey, I'm
say whatever you want. Yeah. I've told my kids from the time they were little, these are grown-up words. When you are 18, you can say them too.
Well, see, I'm a grown-up.
Exactly.
Am I convincing you or me?
Well, and so then that's when my oldest found out that George Carlin had the 7 things you can't say on TV. My oldest goes, that's it. I am memorizing that, and when I turn 18, I'm walking into your bedroom and I am reciting George Carlin's 7 things you can't say on television.
Oh, that's so
I'm about to get a George in 3 years and 4 months, I'm gonna get a George Carlin.
Oh, it goes by quick.
Bit.
I was we're he's 18.
Mhm.
2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now. Graduated
Wow.
from high school, yeah. And you know what? I didn't sit there and cry during the whole thing, but I did start crying when the first time I saw him walking in the cap and gown in the group.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh, here it comes, here it comes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, we were talking earlier, right? And I don't think I said it during when we were live, but if I did, y'all, you get to hear it again because it's just that important. But we were talking about emotions, and I'm a little bit of an empath, and I experienced it full force when I went to my
Oh, the graduate.
boyfriend's daughter's graduation from college. And it was really interesting because I'm proud of her. I'm happy. Like, I've known her since she was 15 or 16 years old. And so I was really proud of her. But in the middle of the graduation ceremony, it like no kid, and yeah, it was not snot bubble crying, Scott, for me.
Oh,
This was,
he's
but
saying that because I
for
snot
you,
bubble cry sometimes. It's not good.
I do too, but this was not that time for me because it wasn't my emotion. But I all of a sudden got hit with this wave
Oh, yeah.
of of like I wanted to cry, and I was like, "This is not mine. This is not mine because 'cause I'm so proud and happy for her right now. This must be every other parent because it was right after because the governor of Illinois was the speaker, and he was
Wow.
talking about, because he's an alumni of the school, and
Mhm,
so they invited him to speak, and he said something that was poignant.
mhm.
I will grant him that. He did say something poignant, but it wasn't my emotion, and I was able to identify it immediately, but I was just like, "That was weird." I have not been hit by such a
Oh, I can
wave
imagine
of
though, 'cause
everybody else's stuff.
all of the parents must have been their emotions were right there.
Oh,
And if
yeah,
you're an empath, that must be it
and
must just be
and we
right
were in a
there.
stadium, so it's a
Yeah,
circle.
yeah.
So, all of that wave went out, hit the other side of the stadium, and bam! Right there. Like, "Oh, goodness gracious." That got me, but I feel you on that one. So,
Oh,
all right, we already
okay,
promised
we
them
will
we were
get
gonna
to great
stop.
we will get I wanna thank you so much for coming on, and you know what? Let's everybody, if you're listening to this, there's a couple favors you could do for us, and that would be go find Jennie and sign up for her podcast. She's got some really good information. She's a much better teacher than you see me be. I really, really no, I'm not just saying that. I don't think
Aw.
I'm a slouch. I think you're a very, very good teacher, and
Aw, thank you.
I learn a lot from listening to your show, and I think everybody could, especially those in direct sales. So make sure you go find that and sign up and write a review.
Please. Apple Podcasts is the only place where you can
Please.
write a review. So, Android people, you can, like, give me a five-star rating on Spotify, but iPhone people, that's where the reviews matter. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. And they can also go, if they haven't already, now they know how, because I also saw, I think it was Peg was kind enough to reiterate what I said about testimonials and how to do a review. So check the comments and then go leave a review for Lisa
Ooh, on the book
on
for yeah, because
Amazon.
we actually wanna, embarrass Jeff in person. That's
Would be so great. Oh my god. If nothing else, just FaceTime me from your little
Oh,
the
oh, we could do
panel. Like,
that. We could do
if I
that.
can't be there in person,
Yeah.
FaceTime me, and I will 100% make sure to make Jeff blush.
I have 2 pictures we took together, and I need a new picture because in the pictures we took together, I didn't have blue hair yet. So, yeah.
Oh, well, then that needs to
So
change.
we need to do the whole thing while he's there. So if y'all could help me get to the 100 so we can as Molly put it, he'll have no excuses because he's the one that said if we went to 100 he would go. So he'll have no
Mhm.
excuses to stay home because we all want to meet him. and I want my picture with him with the blue hair.
Agreed. Oh, Teresa said she loves my pod. Thank you, Teresa. Because let me tell you, one of the downsides of podcasting is I have no idea who listens until they tell me.
Oh,
So anybody who listens, thank you, because podcast like Apple Podcast, Spotify, everybody protects the listener, which is good because I also don't want everybody to know every episode of every show I'm listening to either. But please, if you listen, please feel free to reach out. I am not unapproachable. Yes, I have a writing crop, but I've never hit anyone with it. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know we were bringing our toys out. Hey,
I always have it here.
I just found a new toy and it has a big old suction cup on the end of it. I'm sorry. I will not go any further.
And Jeff just hit 11 on the blushometer.
Bring out the smelling salts. Jeff's on the ground.
No, you know what's probably actually happening? He's going, why do they need a suction? What's the suction cup?
Man down. I didn't think about it not knowing
a toilet plunger.
Oh, this is wrong. Oh, we are wrong.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Let's all work together and make sure that I can embarrass Jeff in person, because that'll mean the world to me. I mean
that's it. I'm sending y'all a toilet plunger.
Oh, we're wrong, people.
I love you all.
Thank you so much. And stay right there a second.
I will.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Love you.